sir. I got this.
Hey folks, this is ioEther, and we're back with some more World of Tanks. So as you can see, this is Ronick in his Object 140. That's obviously a tier 10 game on Pilsen. And yeah, so when Ronick sends me a game in, I know it's going to be amazing. And so I'm looking forward to this particular one. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the double chat because... Also, I'm going to fix this because that's just silly. Anyways, before this game gets started, as always, if you want to support the channel directly, the best way to do so is my GameWest account, which is linked in the description below, and that'll let me give you guys perks and benefits, and as thanks for supporting the channel. So stuff like TeamSpeak access or priority platooning or other things that are all, you know, down there. If there's ever if it's ever possible to get your name into a game and then playing, my GameWest subscribers will be in that game. So yeah. Okay, so the black dog came scouting around. He came flying around doing scouting, and Ronick is currently bouncing this poor Skoda T50, who's just bouncing shell after shell out off him without doing anything. And then of course the black dog comes around and puts in a bit of damage and knocks their ammo rack out, because it's just how these things tend to go, right? This poor Skoda. Ronick is putting in as much damage as he can without getting himself into a bad situation. But between the Skoda and Bulldog, they weren't able to take down Ronick and the rest of his team backing him up. They did do some damage though, and they definitely did the worst possible thing, which was a shot from the black dog knocked out our ammo rack, and that is going to seriously affect us from now on out. Okay. The Skoda is cursing his team because he ran out onto an open flank with nobody supporting him, and that is obviously his team's fault. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Artillery does a great job hammering this Panther 2 up here. Poor guy took a beating. Oh. Sorry for you, I'm trying to get this hit before I go to work. And Ronick puts a nice shot into the T-34, again setting up a little side scrape as he continues to pour fire into T-34, realizing that he's got an artillery on one flank. For a sec there, he was wanting to take more shots from the T-34 rather than shots from the artillery or whatever else was on his flank. Pushing up on the Panther 2 while aiming back where the T-34 was last spotted. There we go. We see him. T-34 either wasn't paying attention or for some reason didn't pull the shot off, and Ronick gets the kill there. He's also going to swoop in and probably get the kill on this Panther 2 unless the Panther 2 runs away from us. T-49 fired at the front of the Panther 2. Must have hit his gun to only do a few damage of HE. The thing does not have the armor to be all that good at not taking damage from HE blasts. And we're looking for the artillery. Should be right around here. Ah, there it is. And T-49 is going to swoop in and get that kill. Nope. Type 61s. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Oops. Didn't mean to pause it right then. As Ronick continues on, he's got 2,400 damage done. Almost 2,500 damage done. And the game is well and truly... well, it looks like it's kind of... I was going to say in the bag, and then we lost 2 teammates. So it's not in the bag, but it's getting close. And finally securing an artillery kill. We know the last artillery going to get chased down by the scout, the T-49, picking up a AT-15 kill. But holy crap, the enemy team just swept through ours and basically cleaned up the rest of our team that they hadn't, they've been like saving. And as Ronick gets a shot into the E100, E100 just ignoring him and letting him continue to pour fire into him without bothering spin around. He's more worried about the T30 that's over there. I understand being worried about the T30, but really, the Object 140 should have been your target, Mr. E100, which I'm sure hindsight will show you in the future. AMX-30 about to take out our GW E100. Unless the E100 can get an amazing shotgun off, we have cleaned up the friendly, what's it called? We've cleaned up the friendly artillery is what I was going to say. Friendly scare tanks have cleaned up enemy artillery. And it's too late to cap. It's way, way too late to cap. And so Ronick's not going to be a part of that. Yes, it's quite possible that if Ronick was there, they would have had time to cap, but based on the spot of that E100, I'm doubtful that's even true. It doesn't really matter because Ronick is nowhere near them. He's in fact going to use the back end of his tank and ram at AMX-30 to death with his butt. Because, you know, when you want style planes, that's how you kill tanks. T-49 and the Type 61 stuck around way too long and got killed because they were trying to cap. Now Ronick is going to use them as a distraction. Zip on over here. He's being called useless by his team because, you know, when in doubt, obviously that you should be blaming your team and not yourself. Sadly, not a kill on the IS-3. There we go. And now he's going to run from the J-Panther E100 because no way he wants to be in front of that gun. That will more or less kill him. And definitely make it really, really hard to play the rest of this game. Zips on out and... wow, I kind of expected an E100 blast to hit him right there. As he was definitely... well, he was definitely still lit. Managing to bounce the E100 shell through quickly pulling back at exactly the right time, and he's just going to take this E100 apart while it's desperately trying to get across the gap between courtyard. I was not expecting to see the J-Panther E100, the JPEG right there, but that's okay. Ronick just takes his tracks off calmly and then does it again. And now he's going to set himself up in a spot to continue to do so. And personally, I'd be angling to get around behind him, but it looks like Ronick's just going to sit here and pour the damage on. We're going to... oh, no, never mind. I was going to say, if Ronick's just going to keep doing this over and over again, we're just going to... there we go. He is, in fact, going to sneak around behind. There's not much the J-Panther's going to be able to do about it. He's going to be hitting his backtracks here in a second. Nope. In fact, he doesn't. Oh. Ronick's just trying to add some tension into this game, I'm sure. As he's decided against adding in more tension, I'm assuming is what's going through his head right now. Oh yeah. He's firing heat into tracks. Yeah. Wow. So when the smoke clears, there is one tank left standing, and now everyone can see why he's got those 2 marks of excellence. If you didn't notice them before, you're definitely going to notice them now, and you can definitely tell why Ronick sent this video in. So, that was a ton of fun to watch. Thank you so much, Ronick, for that. Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, are we surprised? No. Bruiser, Fire for Effect, Radley Walters, which I didn't even notice him managing to grab, and the High Caliber, and wherever with that one. But yeah, just all the damage he dealt. Wow. Actually, only one shot into a majority of these tanks until we come to the last few at the end there, that he had to put a lot more than one shot into in order to kill them. Yeah, I mean, I understand the rage from the Type 61 who thought he had the game in the bag, and then Ronick wouldn't follow his play and as far as he was concerned, that was the end of the game. It was lost. But Ronick was correct when he said there wasn't enough time to cap. Even if he'd been there, it would have been obscenely close, and still probably not have had enough time to cap. They might have gotten it down to last, like, maybe 5 to 10 seconds, but probably still would have ended up dying. And if they'd all been there, and that E100 had gotten that close enough to reset it like that, then that would have been it. Game over, done. Nothing else going on. But yeah, it just goes to show, just because your team is blaming you for losing the game, doesn't actually mean you've lost the game. It sometimes just means that they did something stupid and they want somebody else to blame. Now, unfortunately, Ronick was not running a premium account, so he lost a ton of money because he ran out of standard rounds and had to fire heat at the end there in order to finish the game because, well, he just didn't have any more standard rounds left in his tank. So, yeah. Good lord. 1700 damage blocked by armor in a tank that doesn't really have armor. I mean, yes, it is Russian. It's still got that turret, but it's not as heavily armored as some of the other tier 10s in the Russian medium lines. So, all in all, this is kind of surprising. I'm assuming that E100 bounce is part of that, but that is really awesome right there. The fact that he ran around the map several times in order to do everything he had to do in order to win this game. This was well played. Thank you so much, Ronick, for saying this, and thank you all for watching. And don't forget, again, if you want to support the channel, the best way, as always, is my Game Wisp link in the description below, or you can simply hit that like button if you choose. That will really help me out quite a bit as well. I will see you all next time. This ioEther out.